Hi, Fuad Abasov here, a broker with Right at Home Realty, and here's your monthly real estate statistics. The pace of sales and home prices eased in June, and the market has moved from a record pace to a robust one over the last 3 months. The numbers provided by Toronto Real Estate Board MLS system signaled a continued cooling in the Ontario market from the end of 2020 and start of 2021, when sales and prices were routinely breaking records every month despite the pandemic. In June, homebuyers had fewer properties to choose from, as the number of new listings decreased in every corner of Greater Toronto Area and surrounding areas. North of Toronto and to the west, the home price index was essentially flat after declining in the previous months. The pandemic's real estate boom was led by homebuyers seeking bigger properties outside of Toronto, which led to price inflation across smaller cities and rural areas that were not accustomed to bidding wars and multiple offers on properties. With houses selling way above $1 million in the Toronto region, more buyers have been priced out of the market or have considered condos. In June, resales fell from mostly every type of property except condos, which rose by 4% over May. The average selling price of a condo was $683,000 across the Toronto region. The market has definitely slowed down, and at least until borders are open, the market will maintain its slower pace. Interest rates aren't likely to increase, and the dip in demand is only temporary, because the resumption of mass immigration almost certainly will cause demand to supersede what it was even before the pandemic. And there is no question that interest rates are staying low. For those who fit the criteria, mortgage broker RateHub.ca this week declared a new record low for a 5-year variable rate mortgage of 0.98%. At that rate, a $1 million house will cost you $10,000 a year in interest. Moreover, even with sales declining the last 2 months, they are still at record levels. Now, let's take a close look at detached home sales statistics in Toronto and major areas surrounding it. The amount of new listings that hit Toronto real estate market in June was slightly lower than in the months of May, so was the average sales price of $1.67 million. However, it's still a 7.40% increase from June of 2020. A slight decline in new listings in the area of Vaughan did not stop the average sales price to go up to $1.70 million, which is still a 24% increase from June of 2020. In the area of Richmond Hill, there also were fewer listings on the market in the months of June, with an average price of $1.74 million, which was an increase of 9% compared to June of 2020. The average sales price of a detached home in Mississauga was $1.50 million, which is a 22% increase from June of 2020. In Markham, the average sales price of a detached home was $1.61 million in June of 2021. This is an increase of 15% compared to June of 2020. The average sales price of a detached home in Newmarket was $1.23 million, an increase of 24% compared to June of 2020. Innisfil has seen a decline in new listings in the month of June, almost 20% down. However, the prices went up to $983,000. It was an average of 59% increase from June of 2020. The average sales price of a detached home in Aurora has remained at the mark of $1.50 million, the same as in the month of May, with an increase of 16% compared to June of 2020. The average sales price in King City was $2.19 million, an increase of 18% compared to June of 2020. There were 30% less listings in the market than in months of May. Although there were 24% less listings on the market in Bradford, the average sales price continued to grow, and it was $1.14 million in the month of June, a 34% increase from June of 2020. The average sales price of a detached home in Milton has not changed since May and remained at $1.33 million, which is still a 30% increase from June of 2020. The average sales price of a detached home in Stoufville was $1.51 million this June, a 35% increase from June of 2020. The record pace of sales has run its course as demand has increasingly been satisfied in the absence of normal population growth. As per my earlier predictions, and while this could provide some relief for home buyers in the near term, the resumption of population growth based on immigration is only months away and is inevitable. In addition to that, lower interest rates and a persistent lack of inventory across most segments of the market will keep competition between buyers strong, keeping prices high.
If you would like to receive your own personalized sales report about home sales in your neighborhood, please email me at sold@fuadhomes.com. Thanks for watching and see you next month.